Now? Okay. Hello, and welcome to the 700 Mile Music Podcast. I'm your new host, Young Wei, featured by my co-host, Expo.
What's going on?
I'm very excited to be here. As you can tell, YT is not here. We will get into that later at the end of the episode. But I'm very excited for this episode because me and Expo will be ranking Kanye West discography.
I'm so hyped for it. I'm not kidding.
Me too. We're huge fans,
Yes,
obviously,
dude.
as you could tell by the Donda review. But yeah, it's gonna be a
That's
great
not up
episode.
anymore.
Yeah, unfortunately,
I know.
that's another story. But yeah, there's a lot we have to talk about in other episodes too. Like we're gonna have the Life of Don review coming.
Yeah.
Young Thug drops tonight,
Yep.
so we'll have that sometime.
What is
There's
it?
so much more
What is
music.
what is it? What is it called? Like the pink? What is it? It's
Punk?
Pink punk.
But Uzi's dropping.
Is it called punk? Okay.
Yeah, but Uzi's
Okay.
dropping the Pink tape.
Okay.
Which and sometime this month, so that's cool.
That's what I was getting confused on. I was like, who the
Yeah, I
whose
know.
tape is tape? I don't know.
I know. I was getting confused, but yeah, and then ASAP Rocky is putting what is it? Love Live ASAP,
Live.
right? Is that what I would?
Is it Live Love? Is it Live Love ASAP?
I don't know. I always get confused.
It's his first mixtape on SoundCloud
mixtape.
or whatever.
It's a classic mixtape.
True, and they're gonna remaster it and put it on all streaming platforms, which is big on the 10-year.
Right.
Because now I don't have to go on SoundCloud or go on.
Exactly. I'm hoping
YouTube.
they put Days Before Rodeo back up on. Well, Travis puts it on all platforms because that's one of my favorite mixtapes. That's 8 years old.
Maybe he'll do it though. Think about that.
Well, he was supposed to like 2 years ago, but then he was like, oh, in the next 60 days, I'm putting Days Before Rodeo on.
No,
all
I
platforms.
don't.
It just never happened.
I feel like he should just do it. 10-year. I feel like if ASAP does it, he should do it at 10-year. Because I feel like why not do it at 10-year? It's already been 10 years. People have been listening to it on SoundCloud and on different platforms forever.
Right. Yeah. True.
I'm not even gonna like. I don't pirate MP3s. All right. But nah, I have it on. I have Live Love on. Apple, but.
Yeah, I
That's
have it
life.
on Spotify.
No, yeah, that sounds.
Right. Yeah. It's one of my favorite mixtapes of all time.
But that's what I'm saying. That's what they make us do. Oh, we don't want to put it on.
Yeah.
Bet I'm gonna put it on then. Sorry.
Put it on myself. But I heard there's. I was talking to Splash Proto, and he was like, "Yeah, I honestly think that ASAP's next album, All Smiles, is gonna be dropping in November." Which I hope so because I love ASAP.
No, yeah.
And Sandman, which I'm sure you've heard, right?
Yeah.
That song is insane. So.
Dude, if he drops by like the end of this year has been
Wild.
A crazy year in the rap game.
Right, and we're supposed to get apparently Travis Scott has a mixtape called Dystopia.
Dystopian or dystopia.
Yeah.
Which is like the core,
Utopia.
the core opposite of what a utopia is.
Yeah.
Because a utopia is like that future made type of world that Travis sees, but then a dystopian's like that hatred, basically what we live in now. But no.
Right.
So like a dystopian hatred and all that, no love.
Yeah.
Dude, if he does release, but I could see if he did release a mixtape before it, or just like a little EP thing. He could low key the dystopian. It would probably, I feel like it'd have Niagara Falls, that one unreleased with.
Yeah. What about Palm Trees?
That's what I'm saying. I don't know, cause I could see maybe, but I don't think so. I feel like that was part of me thinks franchise was half promotional.
Yeah.
Just a little bit for McDonald's. Like I don't feel like franchise was any album song. Like it was like franchise was like built around McDonald's. Like if you think about the song, like franchise, what's like the biggest franchise in food? Fucking McDonald's.
True. Yeah.
Franchise. So, and then In My White Tee. I don't know if that's a drug reference, whatever you want, but
I don't fucking know.
But yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. So we're a month, over a month into having CLB and Donda out. How are you feeling about both those albums?
I listen to Donda a lot, and
Me too.
I find myself coming across CLB when I'm out with friends. And that's the thing. It's like I don't tell them to turn off that stuff, but then I have that coming towards me.
Yeah,
Like you can play CLB, but I can't play Donda. That's the problem. It's like, what is that?
right. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. It's weird, you know. It's weird because I love Donda,
Mm-hmm.
and CLB is like it's trash. I'm sorry, it's just not good. I can't stop listening to Donda, especially Come to Life.
No, yeah.
I
There's
yeah.
so many
I
songs on
mean,
Donda that you can cherish every single time. This, yeah, I don't know. At the end of Donda, I feel like this is arguably one of Kanye's top projects compared
no,
to
I
some other
agree.
ones.
I agree. I mean,
Like
I
if
don't
you
know this.
what if we compared Ghost Town to Hurricane? That's
Right.
hard. It's hard, but it's like which one? I don't
Yeah.
know. Fuck.
It's just weird because it's only been out for a month,
Yeah.
and I absolutely love it. So I know it's just gonna grow on me even more. Like some of the
True.
songs I'm not the biggest fan of is gonna grow on me because that always happens. Like with Yeezus, when I used to listen to that album, I hated it
No, but that whole
until this
album.
summer. I finally re-listened to
Yeah.
it. And it's fantastic, and we're gonna get to that later. Um, but yeah, I don't know. I mean, it happens a lot, and who knows? Maybe CLB will grow on me, but
True.
I don't. I don't think it will, but I don't know. And apparently Drake has a song with NBA YoungBoy coming soon, or YoungBoy Never Broke Again.
What I feel about that is like that's gonna hit big because if I'm being completely
Yeah,
honest, I don't I don't listen to YoungBoy, but
neither
I
do
know
I.
he's huge. I know he's big, especially on YouTube. His viewership
Yeah,
on YouTube and like music, bruh. Like we're talking about a guy
almost
like
unmatched.
on like yes, Drake can get 1 billion views over time, but it's also like this dude released a video like 2 days ago or something. Like he has that power to do it 2 days ago. It reminds me of like an effect of like 6ix9ine was
Yeah,
to an extent. Like where 6ix9ine was like the king of like views on YouTube, but like the two different people in that aspect.
yeah.
But he literally 6ix9ine when he came up, literally fucking ran YouTube for like, and that's literally what YoungBoy's doing at this
True.
moment with everything he's doing, and people are
And
fucking
like,
on him, like they love his shit, and like
and
to
I
each
didn't
their
get it
own.
for. I didn't get it for a while because I'm pretty sure 2020 YoungBoy is one of the most streamed artists
Yeah,
in the world or in the country or whatever. And I didn't understand because I look at his Spotify stats. I'm like, yeah, he's doing pretty good, but I didn't understand until I looked at his YouTube
like
and I'm like,
YouTube and like
holy
holy shit.
shit. Yeah. And Lil Baby would do numbers like that too. But that's
True.
because like it's just the audience, you know,
Yeah.
that listens to YoungBoy is definitely more like I don't know. They just listen to stuff on YouTube, I guess. You know?
All those people in YouTube is. I mean, I was watching shit on YouTube back in the day. Maybe he has little kids. I don't fucking.
Right. Right. I don't
Plus,
know.
plus his song he literally has a song in Fortnite. Not sure how to get it like off, but like he has that gritty or whatever.
Yeah.
What the hell?
Well,
Who'd have thought
have you
young?
seen?
No, wait. Who would have thought Young Boy's in Fortnite though?
Right.
Dude does
Well,
not sing for the children. I'm not kidding.
I never thought that he'd be on Tyler, like a song with Tyler the
Yeah.
Creator. But he killed his verse on What's Your Name.
Mm-hmm. That's the thing.
So
That's the thing with NBA YoungBoy. He's just
yeah.
so. It's like I don't enjoy him, but like there's so many people that do,
Right.
and you can see it. It's not like oh I can
Yeah.
hate on him like oh no one listens to him or no one does this or no like literally he proves to me on YouTube on any streaming platform he's doing it,
Yeah.
and that's like sick as fuck. Like would you,
Yeah.
if I put Dirk up against NBA YoungBoy or someone like that like I'm low key picking YoungBoy.
Yeah, it was crazy. I was just about to bring
Like
up
if you
like
think something like that.
the similarities between them, because on in the Bible by Drake and Lil Durk's feature on it, Lil Durk's verse on that very much reminds me of Young Boy's verse on What's Your Name.
True.
They're like different but very similar artists at the same time. I don't know.
What's up,
It's
Shadu?
it's weird.
I got comment Shadu with the flame emojis. Love you, brother.
Let's go. Let's go. Let's get it. So I think we should get into what everyone's been waiting for, which
Yeah.
is our
No.
yeah. I okay. This is tough for me.
Yeah.
Like, and it's gonna change in like a week because if, as most Kanye fans know, it's like impossible to rank his discography.
Yep.
Um,
100%.
it's because it's tough. He's just such an incredible artist that, like I was telling you earlier, like just like even the littlest flaws, because he's so like
Yes.
perfect with his music, the littlest flaws could completely mess up how perfect an album is almost.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm explaining that right, but which I'll get into more when we talk about the albums. But yeah, so I want to go with we're gonna start off with number 10, which is our lowest spot. And I'm sure we both agree is Jesus is King.
I still think that to this day, even when it came out. And like that's no disrespect. Gospel
No, not at
side
all.
of rap. Because I know there's a lot of good gospel rap. This just seemed kind of could do even better. Especially when there was leaks of
Right.
Yandi. Come on. Like we heard the leaks of
Yeah.
Yandi and you gave us Jesus is King. That's just me being a petty Kanye fan, but I enjoyed like Close on Sunday, Follow God,
Yeah.
on God. Dude, most of that album's good. Like it's still good.
Yeah. No, it's a good album. The only thing is that it feels a little I don't want to say rushed, but it feels a little forced, It's not really Kanye being as personal as he can get
No, it was
or
more.
as he usually
It was
is.
more God. I feel it was more definitely God focused than Kanye like on himself.
Definitely.
That was like that
Um
would probably be one of the first albums we haven't seen that out of Kanye
right.
about himself.
And
Like that's what he
right.
loves to do is talk about
But
himself.
I still enjoy it. If I had to rank it, I'd probably or like rate it, I'd probably give it a 7 out of 10 maybe.
I could see a
Um
7,
I
maybe 6.
don't know.
I
Yeah.
I just don't really especially like the no swearing. I don't know. I just feel like if I'm listening to Kanye West, dude
Right.
says some pretty
Yeah.
nice bars that are just like absurd as hell. So it's
I'm in it. So.
like yeah, like all that.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, my highlights on the album are like Selah, Follow God.
Oh yeah.
The second half of Closed on Sunday, which
Oh
is very
yeah.
powerful to me. Everything We Need, Useless Gospel. Those are yeah. That's what I'd have to say.
Fast
Um,
dude.
but yeah, that's my lowest spot, and that's also yours.
Yeah, Jesus is King is
Okay.
my lowest album.
So this is where everything gets tough for me, and that's how in my opinion, that's how Kanye's a goat
Yeah,
because
you do yours. I'm actually gonna skim because I just had that open. I already knew my last one. I had to go to
okay,
this Discography, but yeah, you can go. What is yours
okay.
second worst?
So my second worst,
Which is like 9.
still a great album. It's fucking great. Is Yay, and it's so hard for me to put it here because the more I listen to it, the more I love it. I think the only reason I have it this low, just because there's only 7 songs, but at
Yeah,
the same time, the quality is absolutely
it's there.
beautiful.
Yeah, it's
I mean,
there.
you have I Thought About Killing You, which I don't know. I don't even know how to describe that song. It's on the surface level, it sounds like it's him talking about like Kim or some shit, or he's talking about
Yeah,
someone.
it just reminds me of like, especially with the voice changing, like it goes from high to like his normal to like this low. I thought about killing you, and then he just keeps doing this thing. I feel like this is
Yeah,
all the like things he hears in his head. Like it's the different, like
true. I never
like
thought
with
about it
what
like
he's
that.
going with, like through like that voice goes for this thing. This is happiness, or this is Like, I just feel like maybe Kanye's trying to get through to us that way, like through the voice pitch. Like this one's high, this one's low, this one's my tone, where he raps the song most, and then it goes high, low, low, and it's like, what is that? All the voices he hears in his head, not voices he hears, but like the comments or the thoughts he has.
Yeah. Yeah. And no, I didn't even think about it like that, but I completely agree now that you say that. But it's really him talking about his ego.
Yeah.
He wants to kill it because of all the trouble it's brought him. At the same time, he can't, because what is anyone without an ego?
Yeah.
You know. But then it gets into he starts rapping, and then the beat drops. I fucking love it,
dude.
But
yes.
It's a great song. And then the next song after that is Yikes, which I don't know why, but the one of the first lines is, sometimes I scare myself. I don't know why, but that just hits me so hard. I when I re-listened to Ye a few months ago, because I hadn't listened to it in a long time, that I don't know why, but that line gave me chills.
Yeah.
It's just so real, like when you have all these when you have these disorders and these like mental disabilities, you really can scare yourself. And I love how vulnerable Kanye is on not only the song but the entire album.
Yeah, the whole album.
I mean, some of Kanye's best songs are on this, in Ghost Town and Violent Crimes, which are, I feel like, absolutely beautiful songs.
I feel like if a lot of rappers were as vulnerable as Kanye, especially on Ye, they would have a lot of success.
100%.
Like, dude, it takes a lot for someone to actually come out into the public and speak about yourself, like issues you have with yourself.
100%.
Because I can come out and say I got a flashy car, I got flashy go. Like, that's what he said. That's like what Kanye says. Like, I can say all this, but what does it like mean in the end?
Right.
So it's like, this is just one that was like, I feel like Ye itself as an album, I would give it probably an 8.5 or an 8.
Yeah, I would.
Me, just personally. Yeah.
I'd give it an 8.5. Yeah. And it sucks having to rank it this low, but that just tells you.
Yeah, you just have to think about how much gems and how good Kanye's discography is to like understand like what we just said. Oh, yeah, Ye might be like the second worst, but like what is head? Like, we have so like those albums ahead are actually like grade A music. Like, I don't top tier music, so it's hard to like. Oh shit.
Exactly.
Tice said, or Shadu Symphony said, glad to see you keep it going. And then he said, Untitled.05 XLM file? And then eyes. What does that mean?
I don't know.
Shadu, are you sending me spam? Will you get banned in chat? All right. But no, yeah. Yay.
Yeah, so that's my 9th spot.
Yeah, I could have. Yeah, I agree with Ye being in the 9th spot. This is where we might split on some stuff.
My 8th spot. It pains me to do this. It's 808s and Heartbreak. Now, this album has grown on me so much. Literally in the past month, it's insane. But there are its flaws. I mean, but it's insane because this album was only made in 3 weeks.
True.
And it's one of the most influential albums, not only in rap, but probably of all time. Because if it wasn't for this album, we'd have no Uzi, we'd have no Juice WRLD, we'd have no Drake. And if we don't have any Drake, then we don't have a lot of rappers. If we don't have any Uzi and Juice WRLD, then a lot of the future up-and-coming rappers in the next few years that we're going to see inspired by them would never exist.
True.
Or wouldn't be who they are.
He's just ahead of his time. Like what he did with 808s, they're probably looking into now, and what he did with Yeezus, they're still wondering what the hell he did. So
right, yeah,
like that's what I'm saying. Like Yeezus is gonna be that timeless one too, but on the other side of the Yeezus, but
right, yeah, no, I agree.
808s,
808s is I mean, the album is basically about his mom and his ex fiance, which I can't think of her name, but
I
because
think
this
it
was right
was.
after,
It was yeah. It was right after his mom, right?
yeah, it was
Yeah.
after his mom died, and yeah, he only made it. He only made it in 3 weeks.
Mm,
And I heard a lot of the melodies that only take him like 5 minutes to think of,
yeah.
which is insane because some of my favorite Kanye songs are on this album, like "Say You Will," "Welcome to Heartbreak," of course. "Heartless" is a classic. Amazing, "Love Lockdown," "Streetlights," "Coldest Winter," "Coldest Winter" and "Streetlights"
Yeah,
are
yeah.
two of my favorite Kanye songs. So I don't
Mine
know.
as well. Coldest winter, especially when I'm single in the winter, really hits personally, and it
Yeah,
does 100%. Like coldest winter, I'm like, dang, because you have that like I don't even know, bro.
right.
The instruments on 808s are like crazy too. Like they're really heartbreaking, which makes it
He's
so
so
good. I
he's so raw with his emotions.
true.
Like a lot of rappers. My issue with with a good amount of emo rappers or something like that is like they don't put enough emotion and pain into their vocals. But on here, like you can tell like
Mm,
Kanye's hurting,
yeah.
especially like I said on Coldest Winter, like when he's saying like "Will I ever love again?" and then at the end he goes, "I won't ever love again."
Another
Like
song,
it just
a song like that that shows his emotion like he did there was one unreleased songs off Donda, the I'm losing my family, bro. That
yeah.
shit, dog. If that would have came on after Come to Life, you already know my ass would have been trying to cry myself to sleep, bro. That
No, definitely.
I'm losing my family, and then he's like, just, dude, and he's screaming it in the mic, like, bruh, that just has to.
Yeah.
And then we also have a comment from Shadu Symphony here. He said, "No spam. Watch SoundCloud 12/30/21."
Whoa. What is that supposed to mean?
Man, I'm
Do
only
we have
I'm on a
some?
12/30/21. So in December 30th. That's basically what is going on December 30th.
I guess we'll have to find out. I'm excited to see. I feel like I have some ideas, but
He goes watch SoundCloud 12/30/21. Maybe, who knows? I don't know what that was too, but love. And then he goes for the untitled things. He sent me the untitled things. He goes, "Those are my files saved."
I'm sorry, YG. I don't know what you mean.
He sent like a bunch of files, like untitled file, and then he said, "Those are my saved files." What saved files? Like I don't know. I don't know what those are, man.
I guess we'll have to see. Hey, YG, if you want to join the Discord call right now, you can. But you're in the thing. No, yeah, 808s is one of the most influential albums of the past like 20
100%.
years. And it's a great album. Are there things that could have been better? Yes, because he only made it in 3 weeks. Could you imagine if he would have taken like 6 months, a
6 months
year?
to a year, dude. He would have made that song. That sound of that album. It might have been even more songs too.
Honestly, like
Like if he was making melodies and how many minutes, like dude, that there would have been way more songs, and maybe we would have got a Pinocchio story like studio version instead of him doing it live.
right. Who knows how the album would have turned out because it was so recent that everything
Yeah,
happened and then he recorded this. So he was going like that
yeah.
was probably the peak of his pain.
I feel like that's
So
the best
maybe
though,
that's
to a sense
exactly
musically.
so exactly. So maybe I don't know.
So you have 808s there.
I have 808s there. What do you have?
I would probably have to put late registration.
Really?
I really in this just because I do listen to 808s
Wow.
more, just like a little bit more
I re-
than I do. And the only reason I put late down low, not because I like hate like older type. They came out in whatever it came out. Was it like 05 or 06? What?
05.
05.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, oh, do I not like older school rap? No, because College Dropout's one of my, you know what I mean, one of my favorites. But so is Late Registration.
Right.
This is why it's so hard to grade Kanye West. But I would have to say Late Registration right here, not to be different, but just to say that I do enjoy listening to the 808s, like to combat your, like I'm comparing it to your answer right now. But like,
yeah.
But like, if I was to put it up against 808s, I do enjoy 808s just a little bit more, just from like you said, the emotion, and then like the heavy auto tune use. Just like I just love auto tune. Just like hearing Bon Iver and like when when he's singing and doing his thing, it's like so cool seeing like a lot of auto tune and like fuzz wow whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Just the producing side of it, but like I feel like 808s definitely carried with me, so I would probably have to put Late Registration at my 8th spot out of his 10.
I very, very much respect that, because I don't know, which I'll get more into Late Registration when I get to that spot on where it is. But yeah. Okay, but I respect that. So I have 808s at 8th, and you have Late Registration at 8th.
Yep.
Cool. 7th, I have Donda, the 10th studio album from Kanye West. And this is very recent, so it can either go up or down. But if I had to choose right now, I would put it at the 7th spot. There are
smart. That's really actually a smart.
Yeah,
because I'm actually agreeing with that like answer after looking at Kanye's albums.
Right.
Like, I'm not gonna lie. Like, when you said 7 seems like a very good spot for Donda. After what it just came out. Like, this could grow, or fucking I hate it. So I don't.
Exactly. I mean, this album's weird because it's a great album. There's 27 songs, technically like 23 or whatever if you like don't count the part twos. But even with 23 songs, I still like every song. But could you imagine if you cut it down to like 15? Because that was what it was originally was, I think, right? It was like 15.
Close, I think, yeah. I think if they did cut it, yeah.
Then it'd easily be top 5 for me.
Because if they cut it and mixed it and like got everything like padded down, but you just had those select songs and you didn't add the part twos.
Yeah.
Like the baby put one of his best verses on. Respect to him for the part 2. That's big for like the baby and like people like him, but like as a Kanye fan, I'm sitting here like I know he did it, but then I'm like it should just end here. Like, it should just end at No Child Left Behind.
No, I agree, and we talked about that more in depth
in Donda,
CLB, on the review, which is on SoundCloud. If you guys want to, go listen to that. But yeah, I don't know, but one of my favorite Kanye songs of all time already, which is "Come to Life," is on that album, and that is a song I know I'm gonna listen to forever. At least for a long time. But
"Come to Life" will be on my wedding, man. I don't care what anyone says.
Oh yeah,
wedding song.
I mean, it will for me too. "Lord, I Need You" is great about Kim.
Mm-hmm.
"No Child Left Behind," "Pure Souls" with Roddy Ricch, "Off the Grid."
We have a lot of good songs. There's a lot of good songs. It's just that Kanye's discography is very good.
Right.
Just like a lot of artists, it would be hard for a Jay-Z fan to rank Jay-Z.
Right.
You know, like, where you putting the Blueprint 2? You putting it over Blueprint 1? Or, like, no. It's like, if you're a great artist, like, especially, like, I mean, I was about to bring Drake into it, but it would be pretty easy to do Drake. It's pretty easy for but I do
Drake,
think...
I feel like with Drake, I feel like it would be kind of easy until, like, you're choosing your top 3 could be tough.
Yeah. But top 3 could be tough. I think it's pretty much a cakewalk, the last few albums he put out.
Mm-hmm.
It would be like it would literally be like boom, boom, boom at the bottom. Like for the past how many
Yeah.
years, it would just be them, and then it would be like,
It's like
that's what's crazy about it. But we do have a comment from Shadu. He said, those are my saved files later. And he said, file equals audio with lyrics. He goes, means song or songs.
does this mean what I think it means?
Do I write on the table not retired or what? What am I doing here? Like, what am I doing here?
What is going on? YG. Wow. See, I actually like doing this live so we can have some live interaction.
Yeah.
Even though it's only ties, but on the first episode of the season, we had a few people.
We had, a few people come in.
We had like 4 people or something like that. Really
put in their input, whatever.
Exactly. But yeah, so my 7th spot's Donda. Is that also yours?
Yeah, Donda is my 7th spot.
Awesome. Yeah,
Sorry,
I mean,
I forgot I put late registration. I was like, yeah, my 7th spot.
No, you're good.
Donda.
You're good. Yeah, like we said, if you guys want to go back and watch our review of Donda and CLB, then that's up on our SoundCloud page at 700 Mile Music Podcast. So, excuse me, I'm sick. But yeah, so there's that. Number 6. This is where it starts to get like very tough for me to decide. I'm just switching this like literally now.
I got mine.
Late registration.
I like how we're literally switching just to. I'm literally putting 808
because it's Kanye. It's impossible.
This is literally just switched. Like literally, this is just I picked 808s and you picked late, and I picked.
I can watch this a month from now and be like, I put 808s that low. Why is it not in my top 5?
You're gonna watch this after. No, you're gonna watch this after the Christmas season. Just wait. No, wait until coldest winter hits late at night. That's when you're gonna be sitting there. Let this focus. But that's when you're gonna be sitting there and be like, damn, I shouldn't have put it quite so low. But I understand.
It's just tough. But yeah, I have late registration. I know some people will probably be mad about that. Will be mad at us for not even putting it in the top 5 because I know a lot of people have it in the top 5, which I get.
Completely.
You know, of course.
Completely. But that's why college dropouts up there. Like if we're going off older Kanye, like that was my favorite older Kanye album.
Yeah.
So
same. For me, it's like I love the orchestras and stuff on late registration.
Yes.
I love like the jazzy feeling. I absolutely love it.
Slow jams, drive slow.
Slow jam, drive slow.
Those are my 2 favorite. Like one of my crack music.
Roses.
Yeah.
I know. A lot of people will say like, Diamonds from Sierra Leone is one of the worst, or like Addiction, but I fucking love Addiction. It's one of my favorites.
Addiction is one of my favorites too.
Mm-hmm. Hey Mama.
Yeah.
Heard Him Say, Touch the Sky is a classic. Gold Digger is one of the biggest Kanye songs. And it's one of the biggest.
I really hate ranking these, man. Holy fuck.
I know.
I feel like I started like thinking in my head, I'm like, damn, I just put that over 808s, and then I'm like, never mind. It's like they're all good. I shouldn't be like, oh, this rank. No, I fucking bang late registration every couple days. Like, what the hell am I talking about?
But everyone understands though.
Yeah, if you're a Kanye, you understand. It's pretty hard.
Yeah. But my issue with late registration, which is why it doesn't make it the top 5, even though it's like a 9.5 for me.
Yeah, it's pretty high. There's not a lot of skips unless for the skits.
Right. I'm just not the biggest fan of the second half of the album.
Okay.
I like the first half more than I like the second half. The second
I can see that,
great, but I like the first half more.
And I feel like a lot of people would agree with you.
Yeah.
Maybe it's hard because We Major's in the second half. You know what I mean? There's like certain things in this, but it's like
True.
the second half. But like there's like, as a Kanye, like I enjoy like Addiction. People might hate it. Like people hated fucking one of the ones we're probably gonna get into later, Drunken Hot Girls. People hated that, but like this is the only motherfucker, Wave, who actually enjoys Drunken Hot Girls as a Kanye fan. I haven't met even a Kanye fan that's actually liked it. So
I love that song, and we're gonna get into that a
that's
little
gonna
bit.
get in.
But yeah. So late registration is my sixth. What is yours?
808s and Heartbreaks is my sixth.
808. Okay. Okay. Do you want to know what originally was my sixth?
What?
Was The Life of Pablo.
Life of Pablo. Fuck.
But I changed
That one's
it,
hard.
which I'm about to get into.
It's like it's hard, but it's really not because Life of Pablo is fucking.
It's crazy.
Flawless.
I feel like it's the most Kanye album.
Kanye album, and I feel like that's why it should be up there. So that's why.
Definitely. So why do you have 808s at 6?
I just feel like 808s. It brought a lot of memories, especially with like Love Lockdown, See You in My Nightmares.
Heartless is
fucking Wayne.
A classic for everyone.
Dude, I just feel like it just steps just a little bit, even though how influential an album it was for like so many other people. For me, I only listen to it at like a certain part of the year. I'm not listening to the 808s. Like it's around this time. It's around like this time where I'm starting to listen to 808s again. It comes in that spurt. I'm not even kidding. Like to the viewers, to everyone. It literally, I only go into that like Kid Cudi, like wintertime hits. I go into Kid Cudi 808 mode. I don't know why.
Mm-hmm.
Kid Cudi speaks to me in the winter.
No, I get it because winter is a very dark, cold.
Yeah, you just
time of the year.
It literally got dark at 6. Like, what are we talking about? Sunsetting at 6. That's so early. And I think about 808s and like that's what I bang at night. Like Street Lights, the Street Lights, all that whole album, so influential. It's coming in at just below 5, at the prime reason of the 5 in front of it have more impact on me.
Agreed.
As like a musician.
Yeah.
Than the other ones have in these parts. Like I've made songs like Drive Slow, like Late Registration, but like these next ones are the cream corn.
This is where the album's number 5 for me is like a 9.5. Everything above that's 10. Well, Graduate. Okay, we'll get into it.
Graduation gets dirty, dog. A lot of people get dirty about that one, but yeah.
No, seriously.
What's your 5th? What's your 5th?
Life of Pablo.
Fuck.
That's number 5.
Number 5, baby.
It used to be my favorite Kanye album before I like really got into Kanye. Just because I feel like there's stuff for everyone. Really, like if you're more into the Jesus is King type shit, like the gospel stuff, we got Ultra Beam, or I guess you could even say Fade. Fade. It gives off that kind of vibe.
You could also the features on it, like who you had on it, like on Wolves you had freaking, was it Post Malone?
Post Malone was on
Fade.
Yeah, he was on Fade.
Fade. Yeah, never mind. I always get those two mixed up because they're such like the same vibe.
Yeah.
Fade.
Then you got Wolves. On Life of Pablo, there's this is a little side topic, but on Life of Pablo, there's 30 Hours, which is one of my favorite Kanye songs ever. And if you guys didn't know, me and Expo dropped 30 Hours remixes.
30 Hours.
It was kind of just us messing around, but
just hopping on a Kanye instrumental and putting it down for the crew back home in Jayville.
Which we might be doing more, but I guess we'll have to see.
Yes.
But yeah, Life of Pablo. I mean, there's so many classic songs on here already. Like Father Stretch My Hands Part 1, Famous, Wolves, Real Friends. Like just for like the mainstream people, like those songs. Waves, FML.
Yeah.
But then you also have like some of the realest verses by Kanye on like St. Pablo. Real Friends, No More Parties in LA. This album is incredible. I mean, it's fucking sick.
No, and
to see all the changes it went through also is crazy.
I just remember, just from being in high school, as the time of Mr. West dropping The Life of Pablo, that one has a significant. It was 2016. I feel like I might have been a sophomore. sophomore, junior-ish,
freshman or sophomore.
freshman,
2016. Yeah.
freshman or sophomore.
Yeah.
And I just remember Noah Fega said, "Gee,
Shout out Big Noah.
yeah, Big Noah, bro."
One of
He
the
literally, I remember just listening to his favorite song was "Flashing Lights," but like he literally would always play Kanye. And then the Life of Pablo would come out. He had the Life of Pablo merch. He had the fucking sweatshirt, like a maroon sweatshirt that said like, the Life of Pablo on the back,
Yeah.
And I'm like, dude, he's getting me into Kanye. But that was like one of my first Kanye albums, so that's why it's higher up for me. Cause I actually 5, I'm putting Graduation.
Okay.
Graduation is coming in half of the pack just because it had sentimental value during like when I was graduating and doing things, and as a kid, like having Stronger on my phone on my BlackBerry, thinking I was cool. Besides that point, the album holds up. The album holds up as Kanye's like graduation point. Like that's how I looked at it. It was like Kanye graduating from the late registry, like all like the prequels of that. Like he was graduating out of that stage.
It's a timeless album, and I feel like it with time, it doesn't get any worse.
No. And people always remember that album, especially from the art, because you got to take album art into consideration. Like that's one of the most recognizable, I would say, albums.
Definitely.
Next to like Yeezus, because people recognize that yellow strip, and dude, Yeezus is so recognizable if you're a rap fan. So.
Definitely. Yeah. Well, it's very interesting I put at number 5, and I'm kind of glad you did, because that leads into my number 4 spot, which is Graduation.
Mm-hmm.
Reason I have it so high is because I think from the first track, which is Good Morning, all the way to Everything I Am, I think it's damn near flawless.
Yeah.
Obviously there's some songs that I've heard so many times that, like Stronger or like Good Life or something, or even Flashing Lights, even though it's still one of my favorite Kanye songs. I've heard so many times that, especially Stronger, that it starts to get a little old, but it's so solid.
But
it's such a good fucking album.
But I feel like that's what makes some of the the Stronger's overplayed. You have all these other songs that were overplayed. I feel like on Graduation, so I feel like that's why sometimes I feel like me and you would like feel attracted and like actually like drunken hot girls, because we're not trying to listen to Kanye's top hits here when we're listening to him. Like we're just listening to Kanye's albums and those like side songs, like the one that's been out for how many years finally got put on frickin' Spotify.
Yeah, I just saw that today.
Good night with Mos Def. And I just remember I remember listening to it, like it was always on Apple or on whatever you could get it, but like it was never on other streaming platforms, and I always wondered why.
Yeah.
It's such a good song. And the thing is, I haven't listened to it enough to the point, because now I listen to Graduation, that song comes on, and then sometimes I'm like, what part of the album was this? Because I haven't heard, this seems so new to me, even though it's not new. And people have known about this song, but it seems so new to me because I listen to Graduation and I don't expect anything after that last song.
Right.
Like I don't after Big Brother. What's after Big Brother? That it's always just been Big Brother and then done for me. But now it's Good Night bonus track.
That's the thing with Graduation. I'm not the biggest fan of Homecoming. I'm not the biggest fan of which are good songs, but I'm just not the biggest fan of Homecoming, The Glory, and Big Brother. And I'm not the biggest fan of Barry Bonds, but I do love Drunken Hot Girls.
Big Brother was Big's brother, used to be Dame and Big. Like, dude, that I don't know. I know I probably know all the songs. Like, I know all the songs, but like, I just don't.
I wish one of those 4 songs that I said, would have been one of those could have got replaced with Bittersweet Poetry with John Mayer.
Mm-hmm.
Because that song, I love that song. I feel like it would have fit better towards the end of the track list, so you could have taken out maybe like Homecoming or The Glory, but still, it's an absolute classic album it should be for all rap fans. So many classic songs: Good Morning, Champion, Good Life, Stronger, Flashing Lights, Everything I Am. I mean, it's a classic. Um, for me,
100%.
it's so damn close
Yeah.
to being a 10. But like some of those songs I mentioned aren't the strongest for me
Hmm.
compared to the other songs. But it's still
So
my number four
graduation at
song.
4. Graduation's at 4.
Graduation at 4. What is your fourth?
My fourth, College Dropout.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay. Why is this your fourth? I thought it would have been higher for you.
This is where it gets funky, because then I start thinking about it, and I think about the other ones in front of it. I think as a debut album, it was insane. But I think for the way
100%.
Kanye West evolved into himself, I think there's a little bit more better Kanye West music than what was on College Dropout. Especially how it's old school. And like, yes, I vibe with it. I vibe with older school people, probably more on
Yeah.
the Nas end and the Jay-Z. I don't really step into Biggie and Tupac, no disrespect though.
Yeah.
But that's just me. And I feel like he put the sampling in, like everything was so new and so probably at that time. And I feel like over time, it's timeless. There's songs on that are timeless. Jesus Walks. You know what I mean? One of those
Yeah.
songs that are just like in my
Through
head.
the Wire.
Through the Wire.
We
Never
Don't Care.
let me down or whatever.
Never Let Me Down.
Or
Spaceship.
heard him say, get
New
him
Workout
high.
Plan.
Get him
It's
high.
Get 'Em High. Yeah.
Get him high. Like that's one of my favorites too, is Get him high. But like from that would be my fourth. I'm putting College Dropout as my fourth because it was, I feel like, just a little bit better as a complete album compared to Late Registration. But I feel like it ranks up there as it's probably a 10 in my head, in my opinion, in my head. It ranks a 10 but is like ranked fourth because dude, this is why it's so hard with Kanye.
Right.
It's because I actually think in my head, like I do think College Dropouts are round a 4 just because of the fact of what dropped later down the line. This was like his first project.
Yeah. I mean,
That's where I come from. It's like his first project, which is memorable as hell, great, memorable songs, but the stuff that I have up obviously above it, I feel like is like 10 times of what College Dropout was in general.
well, it's funny because you had Graduation at 5th, and then I had Graduation at 4th. You have College Dropout at 4th. I have College Dropout at 3rd, and it's also a 10 for me.
Yeah.
The thing about this album is Kanye had so much to prove, and he
Yeah.
absolutely blew the expectations out of the
100%.
water. Absolutely. Excuse me, because people thought he was
He's
just
a producer.
this producer.
That's why I went in like last call, they were like they were trying to steal me so they could steal my beats because they didn't want me to rap because they just wanted me for my beats.
Yeah.
They wanted to steal my beats from me and not rap on them. That's just what I find is funny. Is just like they didn't try, like you said, they didn't think he could do it.
And this album also has a lot of just Kanye just having fun, which Kanye still has fun. And
Yeah, 100%.
Some like his some of his new music, of course, but
Nothing.
I don't know. If I feel like if I'm in a bad mood and I want to be in a good mood, because sometimes I'm in a bad mood and I throw on Jesus, but we'll get into that. But if I want to be in a good mood, I put on College Dropout and I feel better. There's so many just like classic songs and just like upbeat songs like We Don't Care, Spaceship, All Falls Down. That's the song I was forgetting.
That's what I was thinking about.
Fantastic. My favorite song from this album is probably the New Workout Plan. Or Through the Wire, maybe. I don't know. It gets tough, but yeah, fantastic album, fantastic songs. The only little critiques I have is I'm not the biggest fan of little interludes or like skits or whatever in between some of the songs. But then again, it also flows very well.
Yeah, and it adds a lot of character. especially for back
Definitely,
then.
yeah.
He's like telling a story, not really telling a story, but like he's telling us about him,
Yeah.
Mr. West. And through the first 2 albums, we heard those skits. But like if you listen to the whole album, they fucking make sense. Like they all just make sense into
Right.
one another, and then you kind of feel like you're watching. It reminds me of a play. Because you have
Yeah.
certain acts. Like this song comes on, we're gonna have this song, and now here's the intermission act. And then we
Yeah.
hear like, oh, Kanye came home with new shoes. This brother been broke. This brother been
Right.
like all that. Like it just gives you that feel, collegey feel too, with the chanting, like a frat type. That was what it reminds me
School
of.
spirit. I mean,
School
that's like
spirit.
very,
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
And then he calls people by like brother, which had like fraternity. He's like, brother Kanye won't. It just flows. It really does, especially for a first like debut album. That's insane.
If you're in high school or college, this album probably hits for you, like pretty well.
Drug dealing just to get by.
Yeah, I mean it's a classic album, and it's a 10 for me.
Yeah.
Personally, I don't think
personal.
The only song I would say is a little weak, but it's still like really good. Is "Breathe In, Breathe Out" with Ludacris. Because I'm not the biggest Ludacris fan.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Breathe in, breathe out.
Honestly, that's one of my.
It, though.
I don't even know if I can call that one of my favorites, but I do enjoy a listen of it once in a while.
Right.
Like,
or like School Spirit's a good song. In terms of the other songs on it, might be a little weaker, but it's still a great song.
Yes, dude.
But,
so at 3 you have
College Dropout.
College Dropout. Okay. I'm going Life of Pablo.
Okay.
And like you said earlier, with the Life of Pablo, like we talked over it just a little bit, but for me, I feel the power behind it. In the fact of Kanye, it made me feel like it's the complete Kanye album.
Yeah.
And like as a first listen to someone who was like trying to get into Kanye, that was the recent Kanye album to drop. So like me getting into him like a lot, like I listened to Kanye as a kid, but like when I actually got into Kanye West like music was like 2016 through now. So when I listened to that, like that was my first Kanye West album drop, and like seeing everything around it, I don't know, it just has a special heart, especially 2016 itself.
True.
That year was just so different. I don't know, I had so much music going on, and then Kanye West came into my life. So it's like that album, plus it was like newer and one of the Kanye's top albums. I would give it a 10. 100% 10, coming from like Ultralight Beam. You know, I love Highlights. I love Feedback, especially. Like, I don't know why I like those low key songs you don't even think about. Like those songs people like, Feedback was too aggressive. Screw you. Or like certain songs like that. But you know your big your big ones are gonna be like No Parties in LA, St. Pablo, 30 Hours, Famous, Fade. All of them, Wolves, but
I don't know. The album would be higher for me. It's just like Silver Surfer Intermission is. I don't know. You know, I don't like Lowlights. Honestly, if I had to choose like my least favorite Kanye song, it would be Lowlights. Highlights is all right to me. I do love Feedback though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you take out like. Me personally, I feel like if you take out Highlights, Lowlights, and a lot of people hate on Freestyle 4, but that beat is fucking sick.
Yeah.
I actually like Designer on it too. And then Silver Surfer Intermission. Then the album's fuck, but it's so good anyway. It's I don't know, but
no, it's definitely really hard. I guess it adds more flair and flavor to it, especially the way Kanye goes.
Yeah.
And like it had gospel ties into it. You know what I mean? Like you could see like the changing eras with Kanye West. And it was like the passing of the torch onto a new revolutionary era for Kanye West after that point. I feel because it just showed 100%. How he could implement Ultralight Beam, such a powerful gospel like song to be presented to
Yeah.
you by Kanye West, where you'd never really seen that before with past songs, but they didn't really. They don't show appreciation because a lot of people don't know Kanye West was like that, or Kanye West was always
Yeah.
around God. Like, they always think, oh no, he just started doing this. Like, no, he didn't just start becoming Christian
Right. Yeah.
or
I
having
mean,
those
Jesus walked.
songs. Yeah.
Jesus walked.
What are we doing
Yeah.
here? Like, when people say that argument, it's so stupid. But
Yeah.
so what?
So yeah, three
Three is
College
The Life
Dropout.
of
3 for
Pablo.
you is Life of Pablo. Okay. 2, and now that I say 2, you guys are gonna know what 1 is. I don't know what you, because we clearly have the same top 2, but I
Oh,
don't
it's
know.
the same top 2. It might be in different order though.
But yeah. For me, and I know people are gonna be fucking pissed I even have my number 1 spot this high at my number 1 spot. But number 2 for me is My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. I think,
And for a lot of Kanye fans, you might get even fucked for that one.
right,
Just because that's just like that album, but
well, and here's
you
the thing.
should low key talk about your 2 into 1, and then I'll go 2 into 1, just to clean
Okay,
because
yeah.
we already know what the 1 like. Just go into it and tell us the
Yeah.
comparisons between the 2 and the 1.
Okay, so here's my thing. I feel like overall, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy probably is Kanye's best. But for me personally, I just enjoyed the number 1 spot, which is Yeezus, more, because it's just I don't even know how to explain it. I know how you feel about Yeezus, also, but I don't know. My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was Kanye's magnum opus. I mean,
Yeah.
it was his make or break album. You know, if that album fucking sucked, then he wouldn't be who he is right now.
100%
Probably.
not.
After all the shit with Taylor Swift happened, and just the stories about the studio sessions and the making behind some of these songs, are just insane. But I don't know. I mean, you have songs like Dark Fantasy,
Yes.
fantastic. Like when Can We Get Much Higher? When that happens, I literally get chills every
True.
time. And then Kanye comes in and goes, "Everyone knows about this bad in Chicago."
That's the hardest thing with picking these top 2 though.
Right.
Is because both of these albums I don't really have a skip.
I really
Because
don't
even though
either.
Power may be just like it is a big song and played just as much as probably Stronger, there is something about Power I will actually just listen to it. I don't have a problem. I don't know why it doesn't get old though. Stronger got old to me and overplayed, but Power doesn't. Power still gets me like this feeling inside of me.
They're not beat wise, but I guess you could say like topic wise, kinda.
Mhm.
Well, not really even topic, but you know what I'm saying. Stronger, Power, they're kind of similar in
Yeah.
some sense, but I feel like yeah, Power's just
Plus how much
it's hard to
hours
explain.
Kanye himself just put into it. Plus,
Yeah.
and Stronger, you had the help from Daft Punk too. So like,
Yeah.
we just think about how much man hours he put into this Power himself.
Well,
Like all Kanye West and probably whoever along with him. I don't know the credits, but
the thing that doesn't make My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy my number 1 is, and I'm sure you can relate because you're kind of a producer yourself, and we're music people. Like we really
Yeah.
like listening for these things. All the Lights, I do not like the drums at all. So that's one thing. So Appalled is a little too long for me, I think. Even though the verses are great, it's a little too long. And then Blame Game, which is like probably a top 3 song on the album for me. Even though the Chris Rock skit is pretty funny, I think if he would have taken that out, the song would have been absolutely perfect for me because I love John Legend on it. Let's play the blame game. You know what I'm saying?
See that type of stuff's so hard because I feel like as a complete album, it may fit. Like you know what I mean? Like as a complete album, these things fit. But as a fan, like Blame Game, that comes like now I have the option to skip. But if I do listen to it, it gives this new thing. Like it's the complete art. But like if I'm listening to Blame Game, obviously I'm gonna skip the Chris Rock part. I'm gonna obviously even when I listen to Appalled, I do actually like So Appalled, just because Jake, one of my buddies, Jake Anderson, fucking, we used to just scream it, but
well, and it's weird because Blame Game's long, and I don't like the Chris Rock. Well, I like it, but and since if I'm just trying to listen to it, I don't need it there. But then when it comes to Runaway, it's 9 minutes. I can listen to the whole thing. But Runaway is also one of those songs which is literally, I mean, Rolling Stone just listed it as 25th best song of all time. Pusha T has one of his best verses ever.
Yeah.
Kanye arguably has his realest verse ever. The piano it's fucking just iconic.
Everyone knows it unless you just don't listen to Kanye.
Lost in the World, right? Lost in the World is a top 5 Kanye song for me. Well, maybe not top. It's easily top 10, maybe top 5 for me.
I would say top 10.
Yeah, Hell of a Life. I absolutely love that beat.
Like I said, there's not a lot of skips on these two top twos. Like I could play both these. I can listen to every song on both these. This is why it's so hard.
Definitely not. And Gorgeous. That's the last flaw I have is I love that song. The only thing is I don't really like the vocal effect on Kanye that much. But I love Cudi on it. And I love Raycon on it too. Excuse me, but other than that, the album's easily a 10. And it probably is. I literally before today, I wrote out my rankings and I had Twisted Fantasy at 1.
Yeah.
But I did change it to Yeezus.
Yeah.
Do you want me to?
Yeah. Keep going.
Okay.
Because then I'll just talk about fucking a little bit about Dark Twisted, and then I'll just go into, or I'll talk about Yeezus and then go. Like I'll talk about Yeezus right now with you, and then I'll.
Yeah.
Whatever. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So yeah, my number 1 spot's Yeezus. If you would have told me like 3-4 months ago that Yeezus would be my number 1, I'd tell you it's not even in my top 5. But I listened to it and I liked it. But then we went down Tennessee and we re-listened to Yeezus, me and you, when whatever is happening. And
Yeezus Extended, actually. It was the everyone in chat, everyone across the world who was watching, it was the Yeezus Extended, dog.
Which if the Yeezus Extended was Yeezus, it would 100%, like, no debate, would be my favorite Kanye album.
That'd wipe anyone.
100%, yeah.
What the fuck?
It's insane. But Yeezus is just so, it's just Kanye's, and maybe I'm just a rebellious young teenager, and I'm just like, fuck you. But it's just Kanye saying, like, fuck you. You don't want me to make clothes? Fuck you, I'm gonna make clothes. You want me to make another Graduation or another 808s or another whatever. I'm gonna give you something completely opposite. It's dark, it's experimental, it's like industrial. And I'm a fan of like experimenting with music and stuff. And this album is probably the most overhated album. One of the most overhated albums ever, in my opinion. I mean, this fucking album
definitely came out overhated, and I feel like now it's finally getting its.
No, and it is, because when Bound 2
getting
came
it like
out,
love.
When Bound 2 came out with the music video, it's Kanye's most disliked music video.
It's hated as fuck.
It's hated as fuck. Now it's one of his most popular songs.
No.
Stream wise, literally. Like it has like 200 or 300
Girls,
million plays.
girls are posting Visco pictures of the fucking lyric. One good girls for a
Or
thousand
like
bitches. Like, shut the fuck up.
or like TikToks, like because
So it's so
Corey
cringy.
does. It is, but
But
anyway,
besides TikTok and Yeezus,
there's only one song on this that I would arguably skip, which is "Send It Up."
send it up,
But it's such a good song, right?
dude.
I love the feature, but if I had
Can't
to
go
skip
down.
a song, it
Can't go
probably
down.
would be that. But my arguably my favorite Kanye song.
Sorry, dude. I just
Look
had
at this guy. What
that
is he?
beat.
Look
That
at that.
beat is in my head right now. Now you just said send it up, and now that's in my head. I'm gonna listen to that tonight.
True. But arguably my favorite Kanye song of all time, which is "Guilt Trip," is on this album. I think the first half of this album is really just like absolutely like raging, like
Yeah.
excuse me, on site, Black Skinhead, I Am a God, New Slaves, and the beat switch on New Slaves is one of the greatest musical moments of all time. I don't care, it literally is. That sample's incredible. Hold My Liquor, 16-year-old Chief Keef absolutely kills his verse. Second half of the album is more, I don't know, it's like beautiful.
True.
I don't know how to explain it, but you have like,
Well, if we think about it, Kanye's like the Yeezus is my second. If we didn't know this, Yeezus is my second, and then My Beautiful Dark Twisted, which is your second, is my 1st. But Yeezus, I feel like every time it's a different movie with any ending you want. You can make it anything you want. This song, I remember watching so many things of someone going over it and just like explaining to me like why it was like a movie and like how this was like the closest music art form that we had to like a film was Yeezus. Yeah. It literally is. Like if you listen to it and you know like music and you know like anything about what you're looking for, because when I sit down and I listen to anyone's project, I'm going to like try to find a theme or try to find like, because that's music in that sense, the way Kanye makes music. That's why I listen to Kanye's music, is because I can be in that world like if I was reading a book. Or that's why I don't watch a lot. I like when I say, oh, I don't watch too much movies or TV. I don't, like, because music is that TV.
No, I
and
agree,
especially having Kanye be so experimental in Yeezus too, really helped, especially with the European help that he got. That Yeezus literally can have so much standing around the world, not just the U.S., especially with the instruments and the way he took it.
Well, and with Yeezus, there's so much to dissect. I mean, you have the album is I don't even know how to explain it. Like you have these little moments of just these little beautiful moments that all lead up to Bound 2, which is Kanye like truly like finding love, either if it's with himself or like music or art or Kim or something. It's just him like finding that love because you're bound to falling in love. You know, no pun intended or whatever, but because like on site, that beat is fucking crazy. But then you have that little 10 seconds.
Oh, it's really and then it goes like that, or whatever.
And then you have like New Slaves, second half. You have that beautiful thing. I think Guilt Trip is like him, like admitting to his fault. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just
admitting to his fault. Plus, you have a Cudi feature.
Which Cudi's feature on that? It's absolutely incredible.
That's what I'm saying. Like he just had so many great people for those two projects. But even though how good Yeezus, even these fucking albums are so good.
Yeah.
That's why it's so hard. It's like a 10 out of 10. They're both 10 out of 10s for me.
No, they are.
But Yeezus just comes a little short for personal preference for me. That's all. just because I look at the risk that My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy was for Kanye West, and I just think about how powerful the beats were. Like to play Runaway, and you hear the pianos, and then to look at you, it gets you to make you feel like oh, we always go like, oh, what would it be like to be famous? That's what it would be like to be famous. Look at the intro when that single key's playing, that single A, when that shit's playing.
Right. And you can perceive it in so many ways.
That's what I'm saying. If you sit there and think about it, it's like, oh, I'm alone. It's like, imagine being at the top. You're at the top and you're alone. This is how I perceive Runaway. And you're at the top and you're alone. And that intro starting. It's boom, 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 da, da, da. It's going.
Yeah.
And then when it gets in and then you got the samples going, look at you, look at you, look at you. And I feel like that's interpreting like the people. Because even though you're at the top, you have these people, like you're alone, but then you have people saying, look at, like you feel like this act.
Yeah.
Like you're on stage and you have look at you, look at you, look at you. And it was so haunting. Those look at, like that sample. True. Especially on Runaway, and on how many of these songs actually meant so much to Kanye. I don't know. I just feel like My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy is my one over Yeezus, just by a bit, just because of the time frame, what was going on. Same that could be same with Yeezus too.
You know, I will say though, Kanye's best rapping is on My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Yeah, he has a lot of lines. There's also a lot of lines like in Yeezus though too, that are famous as hell. Like at this French ass restaurant, hurry up with my damn croissant, bruh.
Or like, I'm in it. We're not gonna
get into that. But like,
yeah.
Dude, there's so many lines in both those albums. But yeah, like you said, like I feel just like it edges just a little bit out of what Yeezus is for me. It just edges it out by a bit, and it's just because of what it meant to Kanye, the work that put in Kanye. That's Kanye's probably best art that we can ever get, like ever. Like, that's how Kanye tried his best in his prime. Like that's prime Kanye trying his best, and that's what he put out. And I don't know if we could ever get something that good again, like in an aspect like that good.
I mean I can agree with that though because like I said, I mean it honestly probably is Kanye's best album. It's just
Kanye thinks that too though. So Kanye thinks Yeezus is his, but like a lot of people think My Beautiful is like always the number one. But
but at the same time it's like if I could choose them both a number one, I would. You know, because
that's why it's so hard to rank things.
Yeah, because I could watch this review in 3 days and be like, and then re-listen to both of them and be like, oh, Dark Twisted Fantasy is better.
Yeah, I might look at your list and be like, damn, Wavy's kind of right, or I might be like, Wave was wrong about this one.
Right.
You go like, yo, why was he putting late registration so damn low? But that's just a personal thing right now. That's how I'm thinking right now because I'm not listening to late registration, but I guarantee when I do, it's probably gonna get top 5, and then it's gonna fluctuate.
And the debate with Kanye's discography is even within ourselves, or his discography within ourselves is like never gonna end. Even if he said Donda's his last album, it will still probably never end.
No,
because of how nostalgic a lot of these albums already are, and how
timeless
they're gonna become.
They're easily timeless. I feel like if I show my kids Kanye West, they'll mess with Kanye West because Kanye already spoke to so many people. How many 2 decades? So respect.
No, I agree. Yeah. So let's go down our list again. If you remember yours, I think I remember mine. 10 for me. It goes 10. Jesus King. 9. Ye. 8. 808s, 7 Donda, 6 I had what did I have? Late Registration, 5th Life of Pablo, 4th Graduation, 3rd College Dropout, 2 My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy, 1 Yeezus.
Yeah.
The best discography of all time.
Dude, I picked the first two the same as you, so that was Jesus King and Yay. And then I fucking hit a speed bump, I guess. Did I fucking choose late registration?
8, yeah.
Yeah, 8. And then when was it? 8 and then 7. What was 7, dude? What was 7?
I don't remember.
That was so long ago.
Was it no 808s was 6?
Yeah.
Donda.
Dondo's 7, yeah.
Yeah, because you agreed with me. Yeah.
Dondo's 7. 6 is 808s. 5, graduation. 4, college dropout. Yes, sir. And then 3, The Life of Pablo. 2, Yeezus. 1, My Beautiful Dark Twisted Fantasy. For Mr. Expo.
I don't think it's any debate with me and you that
no,
Kanye has the best discography ever.
And the hardest to rank.
And the hardest to rank. I mean,
it's really hard to rank his albums. I don't care what anyone says.
The lowest, and these are just, there's so many albums that never came out from Kanye. Like,
yeah. TurboGrafx.
Yandi.
Good ass job.
That would be top. That would probably be top 3. Good ass job. Wolves.
Yeezus 2.
Drake. That could have been insane. Yeezus 2. Thank God for Drugs.
Yep. I mean, all of them, bro.
Love Everyone. God's Country, which ended up turning into Donda. I mean, there's like so much. A Job Well Done with Chance the Rapper, that collab album that never came out.
Then there's a Denzel Curry Kanye thing. We're not gonna even get into this conspiracy. All right, I can talk about Kanye West, but yeah,
we can talk about that in another episode if we want to. But
we just hit a fucking hour and a freaking 15 right now.
Wow.
For Kanye West, Mr. West, and his discography. But I really enjoyed speaking about Kanye West.
No, I did too, and it's not. There's not a lot of people around me who love Kanye like you do, so I'm glad that we can have these conversations and respectfully disagree with each other because
it's hard to find
because we're Kanye fans. We know how hard it is to decide stuff with Kanye.
Yes. It's hard. It's hard to find, like you said, someone who like everything Kanye. Like,
right.
My favorite artist is Kanye West. There's people that listen to Kanye, but not like his favorite artist. Like, if you gotta pick your favorite artist, that'd be Kanye West for me.
And I wouldn't 100% agree.
It'd either be between Kanye West or Travis Scott. You pick, but I probably listen. Probably over the last couple of years, I probably have listened to Kanye a little bit more than Travis Scott. Sadly, like just literally sadly, because I probably listen to Travis Scott. Like I used to listen all the time. I'm fucking tatted on me.
True.
And I listen to Kanye a lot more. But I was also thinking about getting 808s and Heartbreaks tattoo. But
that'd be sick.
You want to know what it was gonna be? All right, chat. It was gonna be the two hands breaking the heart on the. It was gonna be like on my arm or some shit. Like,
oh shit.
Somewhere I was just gonna like, or what if I put it on my heart? How would that be? That'd be sick. That'd be kind of sick. Imagine like heartbreak, fucking it's on my heart.
Right. Yeah. I don't know. Hold on, everybody. My AirPods just died.
Oh, well, I think we can still hear you go. We can close it up though. We can close it up. It's getting a bit past question, but we did finish the ranking and we did do that.
But yeah, I mean, I had a great time. And we didn't even include like Kitsy Ghost or like Watch the Throne or.
It's literally strictly Kanye. And if you guys wanted me to rank Kanye's others, Kitsy Ghost is probably 4.
I might have that top 5.
Dude, that's what's hard. If we were grading Watch the Throne, that's an iconic ass album.
It is.
But that's honestly how we get caught up.
That rank kind of low for me.
Watch the Throne?
Yeah.
Damn.
I know. I also haven't re-listened to it in probably 2 years, so might need to get on that. But
I would actually recommend it.
I should.
Because
I
I genuinely enjoy, especially in the summertime, Watch the Throne. Like some of my favorite. I can say some of my favorites.
Oh,
like if you listen to it again, I'm just gonna tell you some of my favorites, so you can watch out for them.
Okay.
You probably have heard them. That's what I'm saying. But like, my favorites, like Illest Motherfucker Alive, The Joy, Prime Time, Made in America, Murder Excellence, Welcome to the Jungle,
Classic.
No Church in the Wild, like, you know.
Yeah, that's
Otis. There's another one on here that's very good.
I wonder which one you're talking.
Yeah, everyone knows which one.
Yeah.
That's this is.
No. Okay. That is fucking good.
NIP.
NIP.
The NIP track.
Or like you said in the Donda review, Fellas in Paris.
Fellas in Paris.
But there's the thing we need to address about Shibu Symphony or YT.
Yes, before we leave you with this episode 2, we do have to announce that. Wave.
So YT has stepped down from the podcast for personal reasons. There's stuff going on, and he hasn't really been able to have the time like we have had the time because he works a lot. He's a very hard-working guy.
Yes.
So, so I respect him for making that decision. So even though I know you guys wouldn't, because it's a very small, safe community here, don't give him hate. I mean, he's doing his own thing.
He's chilling.
And who knows? He might end up coming back.
That's what I said. I was about to say that. I was about to say like he's probably gonna end up like making an appearance. So
who knows?
Sometime.
Maybe this
I don't care.
This could just be the only episode with me and you. Maybe he comes back.
Maybe he does.
But
I don't know. This might be just more of Wave and me though.
Yeah. But we have so much good shit coming. And plus, if you guys do want us to do more discographies ranked, we can do that. Because
put it down in the comments.
Yeah, put it down in the comments.
Put it down in the comments. Anyone. If you just stumbled across this channel, you made it this far, put it in the comments.
Because I know that
any video suggestions, that'd be sick.
Right, and we agreed for a good amount on Kanye, but I feel like Kid Cudi could be very different with me and you. So
yeah.
So that'd be a cool one to do. Travis Scott, I don't know, Kendrick, J. Cole, whatever it may be, Jay-Z. I mean,
people we could do if we did Travis Scott. I feel like it would get done a little bit quicker.
It would.
So we could add, if we did the next one, we could add, like, we did Travis Scott and Kid Cudi. Or we did Travis Scott and we just add Travis Scott and someone else. Because Travis Scott only has a couple, you know what I mean? I have all of his albums over there. Like, he doesn't have much, so.
True, yeah. So, I mean,
compared to
Drake would be interesting.
Drake would be interesting. I mean, Drake's also not that hard. Not to roast Drake or not to fucking hate him, but like I know I'm ranking the last like 3 albums.
Yeah.
No hate on Drake, but I feel like it could get edgy up in the top 3-ish. With albums I enjoy by Drake.
No, it's the same for me too. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I know it's kind of new. Next episode will probably be with you.
Yeah.
So the quality will be better.
He'll probably be here and chilling. We might watch something. I don't know. Reacting channel now. I don't know.
Yeah, well, I just have to. But if you guys have any ideas for us, we're always looking for new stuff to do. So if you guys want us to do this or that, just comment, DM our Instagram, DM me, DM Expo.
Yeah, if you want us to listen to new artists, send us in too, and we can review them. Fuck it.
Yeah, definitely. Whether it's medium size or like
Big guys, rock,
people like us,
alternate,
big people. Excuse me. Yeah. So
music.
Don Toliver review will probably be the next episode.
Yes.
We might even do Don Toliver and Young Thug, depending on maybe. Well, in the same episode, maybe not though. I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Yeah.
Next episode will probably be next time I'm with you, which will be whatever. We don't
know yet. We don't have this, but yeah, it will happen though. It will happen. Be ready for a notification on any of our platforms. About the live stream being live and you guys hopping in, and be ready for that next episode 3.
Definitely. Yeah. Thank you guys for tuning in.
You got any last questions? Any?
Glow featuring Us Drews dropping next month. So
there we go, boys.
Stay tuned.
Glow.